Hello guys, Casper here with a video. It will be a mix of, we will look at some commodities, some stocks, ETFs, just have a little bit of like a broader overview. And today started quite overall badly. But again, we did see, and not for the QQQ, we did have some intraday buying at, oh, okay, that one was right there. So the tech sector, basically sold out during the day. And also if we are to switch here to the crypto. Again, crypto here, that is a whole lot of red. Again, Bitcoin is, by far the ultimate liquidity indicator. And again, the setup here for Bitcoin is quite easy, in my opinion. Again, that was the big break there, and we have rallied quite a bit. And now looking at this alone, again, we peaked roughly in December 2024. So for now, we have double top there at roughly 108,000 right there, the double top. And then we have like a little bit of a zone here, but it is you can see it here like that, something in this, something like that. So once we start to trade, let's say below 90K, 91, 90K, we are most likely in for at least the distance from the double top to the lows there. So we are talking roughly, you know, 76K or so, maybe more, again, depending if we are to test the triangle high, then you're talking 73. But yeah, again, crypto here overall, when crypto is tanking, and by tanking I mean puking, that is, you rarely have anything doing well other than the dollar, I will say, and maybe gold, depending. Gold will do well also in that case. But tech should be hit quite hard. So interesting here. And again, for the long side, as if we are to say, when can we be bullish? There it is. That's the triangle that we have. So it can turn really bullish very, very quickly as well. So I'm quite sure that there will be a lot of bias here. The thing is, can they push it and break out? Then all of a sudden, hey, very bullish above roughly, 96K or so, maybe a little bit lower. If they can't, that is, a whole different story going backwards as well. But that is Bitcoin. Again, remember to use Bitcoin as your like liquidity indicator, because if there's excess liquidity in the system, it goes into the high risk, and for sure crypto is high risk. So anyways, that's red, by the way. Holy moly. We have silver here. We want to look at the daily. We have the uptrend here. We broke down from basically the February, roughly, maybe late January uptrend. We have broken down from that one. So a little bit of an uptrend break here. Again, it's not picture perfect because sometimes it isn't, and you can see we're breaking down. So gold closing, I think, yeah, it closed at daily all-time highs. Well, it closed at all-time highs ever. $2,950. Truly amazing, right? Again, a little bit of a squeeze there. The break at roughly 2,700-ish. Boom, up we went. So yeah, gold again. Don't fight it. There could be a puke, but I'm very confident that if it happens, you will see larger breakdowns or very big red candles all of a sudden out of the blue, right? So let's say tomorrow here we will get like that, just to be over dramatic here, something like that. Hey, that's not good, right? So you will get a warning. The gold and silver ratio, again here the daily, my level 88. We need to trade below 88, and we are just hoovering here. So until then, and yeah, until then, below as long as we are above like 88, gold is a better play compared to silver, and you can't really have a scenario above that level, in my opinion, where silver will really start to do amazing things, where you see like these 4 or 5% days. Because if that's the case and we're still trading higher, obviously gold should do the same, and that's very rarely to have a gold do 3, 4, 5% in a day. So The Dixie here has come down after this slight double top here. I do think, though, we are in for a little bit of a bounce here. We have that very steep triangle with a hammer at the end of the day. I do think and hope, I don't hope, but again, if we are to see a little bit of a weak move here, then we can actually test 104. The Dixie here is a little bit messy over here. Ideally, you can see here, we actually had a head and shoulders, roughly, not picture perfect. And also here, if we have a potential neckline there, potential, I say, right, potential. So short term, I will say definitely bearish. Longer term, how do we look? I mean, yeah, that's a very, very potential bearish weekly candle. So I'm somewhat neutral right here, on the longer time frames. Oil up 1%, but nothing really, worth mentioning. Actually, here I sold my position there on that break that we had there below. So I sold there below roughly 970. I sold into that. It was just, again, that little topping pattern there. So yeah, it had a lot of momentum. It might need to rebuild, but right now it's not looking the best by any means. Even in the short term, by the way, I think we're going to a retest all the way down here, and then we shall see. So what we want is, and then we break, and then all of a sudden we are long again, something like that, right? The target is the exact same, but again, we don't want to risk a lot of downside. I don't think it will happen, but we can't really risk it. So copper here, I want to show you the short term. This is the short term. Again, this is 2025 basically, so not entirely short term, but we do have a wedge pattern going on right there. So right now we're not bullish by any means because we are into support. What do we want to see? We want to see a break of 4.54. At that point in time, we ought to rally, in my opinion, to at least triangle high up there. So neutral, bearish at the moment, 4.54, bullish again on the short term. Longer term, to me, is a different story. I do believe still that we have a very good chance of this being some sort of like cup and handle, and we will still reach our target up there. Again, 4.4 here, and the first target that we had was like that, roughly 4.8, and we hit it slightly overshot, and yeah. Gas here, again, down. I think it's month to month change, so the difference between the 2 months. Again, don't quote me on this, but I think that's why we dropped down initially 5% at the open and stayed there. So long term here, it still looks okay. It's very, very volatile. You know this, but we are making higher highs, higher lows for now. And gas is just a wild beast. And one of the most difficult, maybe together with platinum, to well, no, that's not true. Gas is way, way harder. So good. What else do we have? I want to show you something here. I want to show you here. This is again safe bulkers. Now we're going into stocks, by the way. There are still great setups, and we did see a very decent recovery in the gold and silver miners, and also uranium miners and the U.UN. If we don't get a bounce here, I will show you later or soon. If we don't get a bounce here in uranium, specifically the U.UN, which will then drag up the ETFs, there is something, I think something very wrong. Not wrong, but again, I don't see a reason why we should not get a bounce here. We will check into it here. For some reason, I have not added it. We can do that easily here, like that. We do the add. So anyways, safe bulkers. I want to show you the long-term downtrend here. And for some reason, the colors are entirely not the correct one there. There, we will do that. Blue wedge, cool, good. So long-term downtrend here. We had the break. We bought into that. We sold when we broke that little channel over there. And now we're testing very deep, though. That's never ideal. However, if we can recapture the long-term golden, break the flag, and basically start to trade above 3.93, maybe a tad higher, 3.95, then all of a sudden you can go long safe bulkers. Major back test here, deep back test, yes, but major back test in progress over here. And yeah, Snowline Gold. I want to show you the daily stuff here. Again, we are long Snowline Gold, finally. So again, we are back testing now. This one needs to hold. Again, we have the zone here, something, between like 6.1 and 6.4. That is supply and demand. Maybe a tad lower, actually, now I think about it there. So basically $6 is the lowest that we can go. Looks good, nothing there. Mask, again, this is a shipping company from Denmark. Very, very good long-term setup. I really like what I'm seeing here. This has every, tool to actually do something amazing. And we have been breaking out. So this is a buy right here. We haven't broken the wedge. We have broken the downtrend. The next big target, I don't have any measured moves per se. Major retest here, by the way, is the old neckline from up here. Again, textbook stuff here, guys. This is back from April 2021. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, breakdown, flag, testing, collapse or rollover. Beautiful technicals. Measured move. I'm very confident that that got hit right around here. It took some time, but we definitely hit it at roughly 10K, overshot to 8K. But here right now at 12.7, what at 760, mega buy there, 10% stop, I think can be used easily. That might be a bit too large. I will say go with a 6% because then we are back into the wedge and we might need a little bit more time to build up, or this is a false breakout, right? So use 6% stop loss here from the current level that we're looking at today. PBR, again, just want to remind you, if you haven't seen it, I want to remove that from the previous video. So long-term trend line here, 10 years ago, broke out, back testing, broke down below, back testing from the lower side, back test, and we basically are waiting for the flag to resolve, which is had internally, externally, it has been broken. We are not above the long-term golden. And also I want to see that 15.2 get taken out on like a daily or weekly basis. Then I think the emerging markets, the Petrobras here, that is paying a really big dividend, 18%, is in the clear. Obviously, we have resistance at the flagpole high and all that, I know, but still, we should be clear of the worst at that point in time. So 15.2, look for that level. We don't want to talk about that. We want to talk a little bit about Abra. Again, to me, Abra still long-term looks very, very good, especially above 3.6, that high there. Then we're breaking the entire 4-year channel there. So especially above 3.6, really, really, really good stuff. And I want to show you the 2-hourly. I like that little break at the end of the day here. So we opened at the lows, we rallied, we have 3 impulses, perfect bull flag. Again, this is the 2-hourly breaking. So that's a good sign to me until proven otherwise. That is really good. And we could be charging and then break. Again, we shall wait and see here, but still very clean 2-hourly flag break there. So good stuff for actually the gold and silver stuff did really well today. I need to show you Oklo as well, by the way, Oklo, because that is, again, for you guys, Oklo. I know you like Oklo. Not today, but again, a little bit of a reminder. That is the GDXJ Colombian ETF. You can buy this on the New York Stock Exchange. Dividends, hefty 5%. Again, called the buy there at $26. Very, very, very long-term buy. Again, don't buy it here because we have been breaking out. The best risk reward was there. You could argue internally that you could have sniped it there, but it is what it is. We have the yellow there. Again, I haven't made the lines perfect. That's bugging me. Again, we could tag the yellow, come all the way down again, and then the big one, the big momentum break comes when and if we break that yellow one there. So, but this to me is a very, very good start breaking a 10-year downtrend. That is exactly what you want to see. Long-term hold to me here. I think you can hold this one for maybe 5 years. Again, you have to participate in the drawdowns if that's the case, but I think, 3-5 years could easily be a hold on this one there. ASPI, I want to show you ASPI here. A little bit of a worrisome break today, actually, because we have had this little wedge pattern here. So ASPI, by the way, ASPI, OCLO, SMR, and what else do we have here? Lightbridge, LEU, took a hefty hit today. That's basically the Nukes ETF, took a big hit today. And ASPI here is breaking down. So bearish on ASPI until we can recover the wedge pattern as we stand here today. I do believe if we are to come down here and tag roughly, let's have a line on there, so roughly something like 3.3, that is actually a buying opportunity, into this stock here. The reason is simple, channel, right? You can see their connections almost there and there. So roughly around here, 3.3 should be, again, a very good entry. And the good thing is, again, if you buy the tag there, you can use like 5%, 8% stop, maybe 10 if you want to really give it some wiggle room. And you have all the upside and you have managed your risk quite nicely. So U.UN, I have been dying to, well, dying is, very over exaggerating things. To show you here, the U.UN, this broad physical uranium trust. A little bit of history. I know many of you have seen this many times. We've been talking about it. And again, I've been saying this for a long time. I think we are very close to the bottom. I started to call that once we, started to come down here. Again, we haven't seen it yet, but I'm very confident. The reason is technicals. First impulse, second, third, right? Into the highs from over there. The flag, you're touching the flag low as well. This should be, again, I've said it sometimes. You might say, hey, you say this all the time. I know. But again, this should be the low. Also, looking at the regular scale, some reason it's not aligned. It's perfectly, huh? I don't know why. You can see here, if again drawn quickly, this is not log scale. So again, I don't use it much. However, long-term uptrend here, we have the flag. So we have the short term, let's say not short term, medium term plus, and then the long term. We are hitting 3 big supports right here, and you can see the daily hammer. So we got buyers coming in right there. Add the node right there. That is, again, it is time to bounce. If not, I don't know. We need, I mean, we have everything in the book here for finally bouncing, and you can see if we are to add the trend line there, which we've had for some time. That is the short term that we want to break. So this is from January 2022. And again, we need to trade something north of like, $21 here. I do believe that is the case. I would be surprised if not. So I also said on Twitter, this is the bottom for me. Again, these bottoms are very difficult to call, and people will definitely call you out if you're wrong. But that's okay. Oklo, to me here, again, we have why are they? I have no idea. TradingView is making mind games with me, I guess. 2 hourly here, we need to have some details on. Uptrend, clean, very clean. We have 1 there. So again, since we have 5 there, almost 5, I expect this one to be resistance. And you can see the clear downtrend here of the Oklo. We peaked at 57, and now we are at, like 40% down at 33, 34. I do expect here, if we tag the yellow and break, that is a clean buy. You have your stop below there, and you are, in my opinion, at least going back to the all-time highs. I think it's all-time highs. Yeah, exactly. For this one here, managed risk, which is good, which is very good. You can see the long here will be something like that. You have your stop right there below the recent swing, and you have targets like that. 5 to 1. That's how I would be playing it. Do we want to have a quick look at the URNM hammer? Again, also here at the lows of the bull flag. Well, it's not a bull flag. It's more like it's like a channel, right? This one was so good. Again, I called it that. Is now it's time to rock. And then we had DeepSeek, right? Oh, we took a big kick in the face there. But again, hammer candle. So for me to become a little bit excited, and I say a little bit, it's not a lot, is to get back above the pivot slow over there. False breakdown, third impulse. We could be rallying, but again, we need. What do we have here? March, April to do the heavy lifting. So cool. I don't have much really right here at this moment. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the most important thing. Am I really that? Uh, 1 second, guys. I did. Jeez. Hey, you. I saw this one. Again, it was posted on X, and I just quickly took a glance at the chart, and I'm like, this is a beauty. So we have RDS, which is fantastic. We have more, by the way. We have RDS, we have APRA, which is also good. We have MKO, and we do have DRD not breaking yet. It will break, in my opinion. That looks fantastic. And now we have AU, the Orion Resources. And to me here, right, we need to see a break of something at like that. So 0.75-ish, very, very, very good entry in my opinion. And this is one way you can actually dig deep, because if we are, again, the risk is very capped, right? You are risking, again, 15, 10%, 15% here, but the upside is tremendous. Again, risk reward wise, it doesn't look like much since this log scale, by the way, but you can see here, that's okay, fair enough, whatever, like that. Again, this is just quickly drawn, and I do believe you can hit that target easily. Again, that's 4-1. Yeah, it is a really, really good one. Look for that. Let's call it 0.75 and go long. Have your stop loss in as well. This is good. This is really, really, really good in my opinion. Hopefully it plays out, because these don't come around very, very often, by the way. So cool. We have PCE data coming out in 2 days. Again, whatever happens, happens. But that's it, guys. And we will end this video, a bit of a long one, but we did cover a lot. Again, crypto here is taking a huge blunt here to the entire sector. And again, when Bitcoin sneezes, right, everything else is like having, yeah, a sneeze times 100. So it's yeah, it's a biggie. It's a big one there. So I will say no more. Again, we shall see how it plays out. It's not entirely over for the crypto, but again, we're getting into some places where things are not looking the best. Have a great day, guys. Again, comments and all that below, I will happily answer. And please use it, by the way, because every morning and during the day, I check the comments for each video. So if you have something, do the comments. I will answer if I'm able to, of course. So have a great day, guys. It's been a pleasure. Bye.